Let's talk about Gagachella. So last night I didn't get to see it. I know it came on, I think on the East Coast, it came on like 2 in the morning. I think I probably fell asleep because I was exhausted. It was like after working Mary J. Blige the night before, and then the Knicks game yesterday. Um, I was just like burned out. So I didn't really, by the time I got, and it was raining, it was just gross in New York yesterday. So by the time I got home, I really didn't, I totally forgot that Coachella, well, it's funny how we talked about Coachella earlier. I was like, I forgot about Coachella until I started seeing the advertisement being mentioned all over like some of the social medias. And then I totally forgot Gaga was performing. And so I got home, I was like, damn, I wasn't I supposed to watch something? But apparently I saw it this morning. Like I literally they just finished showing it's on the main stage page on YouTube. If you go on the if you haven't seen it, you can go on because they have like all the different videos things. If you go on Coachella's YouTube page, they let you know like where everybody's going to be performing at. So if you haven't seen it, click on the main one, and then it has that one and the Missy Elliott. I watched the Missy Elliott one. The Missy Elliott one was good, but of course it's Missy Elliott. She's not going to give you no half she ain't gonna give you no half-ass performance. Like she's gonna always turn out. So I was living for that. I actually watched that before Gaga, and then I ran to the store real quick, and then I was like, look, I was like, something told me my gut was like, check to see when the Gaga performance comes on. So it came on like 11 something this morning, and I was like, oh, if I leave it on and I run to the store, then I could just rewind it back on the YouTube channel. Like it was a whole situation I was going through because I was like, I know I'm gonna miss a couple of minutes, so I could just rewind it back. But lo and behold, I watched the show. I thought it was good. Um, Gaga was not short on theatrics. She gave us everything and more. And I'm gonna go on. I think I'm gonna go on the record to say, in my opinion, I think this was the best performance, live performance, full out show that I have seen from Gaga in a long time. Now, everybody's out here saying that it might be the best Coachella performance, and that's what the fandom and people and stuff are saying online. Hence, why we're doing this story. So let's get into it because there was even people out here were saying that it was satanic, and I'm like, okay, first of all, y'all wouldn't know what satanic is if the devil pulled his pants down and smacked you in the face with his dick. Like, y'all don't even know what the hell y'all talking about. Every little thing y'all see, if it's red, if it's gothic, if it's got like any sense of dark to it, all of a sudden it's satanic. No, what satanic is y'all run up in that church and send out them tithes and stuff, and them damn pastors out here, spoon feeding y'all a bunch of that rhetoric for y'all money. And y'all give it up like the slaves that y'all are in y'all damn mind. But anyway, let's get into the story. So they said, and I should point out this is the second time that Gaga's performed at Coachella. I believe the first time was because Beyonce was supposed to do it, but I think she was pregnant at the time. So Gaga stepped in at the last minute. I don't even remember that performance when she did it the first time. But they said, according to the story, shout out to the Daily Mail for this one. The paparazzi hitmaker ensured it would be a performance fans would never forget, opening her set with track Bloody Mary, in which she donned a show-stopping red dress and stood in front of a Gothic-style backdrop, complete with gargoyles and angels, with some fans likening the rituals to a satanic ritual. Um, I don't know where y'all get satanic from gargoyles and angels, but okay. I mean, the devil was an angel, right? A fallen one, Lucifer, if you believe what you read in the Bible. But now they said the set, which was split into 4 acts and described as an opera house in the desert by the singer, then saw Gaga launching the songs including Abracadabra, Judas, and Shiza. Now, at one point, the stage turned into a giant chessboard for the song Poker Face, with Gaga and her dancers performing a choreographed dance battle between two groups, with the star emerging victorious. Which I will say, that was actually my favorite part of the performance when she did that. And I love the fact that one of the things I love mostly about this, it was like, it was so much going on. I do like the idea of like it being a story for beginning, middle, and end. Shout out to Madonna, because, she started that whole theme of your stage and everything has to have sort of a theme. We're here to tell a story, and we're bringing Broadway to the whole concert experience, which Gaga and yes, many of your faves have taken that idea and ran with it. And that's fine. Everybody's always got to do something where they are the blueprint, and then everybody else takes it and carries the torch and moves it into bigger and better situations. And I thought Gaga did a phenomenal job with how she told the story. There was a part of the show in the middle that I felt like it was a little weak for me. That was the one where she came out in the little blue ensemble, and then she was up there. She did like her little performance with Gesaffelstein. Like when she was up there doing that whole section, I wasn't that excited about it. It kind of drifted. I drifted off a bit from that. But overall, everything else, the opening was exquisite. The closing was exquisite. All the other parts of the show was exquisite. When she was giving theatrics and all the other stuff, I also loved how the dancers was like everybody was doing something. It was like nobody was just standing still for a moment. And I think she had damn near 30 dancers in this show with her. And so, Gaga definitely gave everything. She was giving full out. She was up there dancing and having a good time. Hopefully she's going to be able to pull all this off when she does the tour. Cause I always think about what is it? The microfiber, or what is that? Fibromyalgia that she has. I said microfiber. So yeah, I know she has the issues with that, but I don't know if she has that under control or whatever the case is. But I always worry, like, if when artists have ailments, I'm always thinking about, oh, please, I hope you're going to be able to pull this whole thing off, that you're not going to be in pain, or like, if you got a knee injury, it's like, I hope it don't come out of place. It's always something, but that's the price you pay for your artistry, is that you're going to end up with some type of ailment, in pain, pulling something, some type of physical damage. The Zombie Boy performance definitely had me cracking up when they was up there dancing with the skeletons. And then also, this was another one that was my favorite, because I had to come with pictures. I like this too, when she was in the sand, and then she had the dead, she had the skeleton, and the dancers came out and they started dancing and all other stuff. When she did Disease in there, I actually loved that performance when she got into, I don't know if what is that, oatmeal? Like uncooked oatmeal, or was it sand, dirt? I don't know. It was just like when they was up in there, they was doing that. I worried, like, at one point when they was coming out, I was like, please don't get nothing in her eye. Cause that's what I be thinking about. I was like, when I be up in there dancing or moving around or whatever the case is, and you in dirt, you don't want to get sand in your eye. But that shit burns. Like, come on. But you don't want to get all that stuff in your eye, and you got to worry about, you ain't gonna be able to see nothing tonight. But like I said, I loved all the drama of it all. So they said, amid the stunning visuals, striking says numerous costume changes, and of course her killer vocals, it left fans all saying the same thing, that it was the best Coachella performance of all time. Now, taking to Twitter in the wake of her show, music lovers were quick to share their praise and admiration for Lady Gaga's set. So some went on to say that it was one of the best headliners. Gaga is one of the best headliners of Coachella history. Another one said, I have no words. All I can say is that Lady Gaga's set might be the greatest Coachella set of all time. Gaga absolutely devoured her opening to Coachella with Bloody Mary, Abracadabra, Judas, and Shiza. This was more amazing than anything we could imagine. And it's funny enough, I mentioned this because when she did Judas, I was sitting there like, wait a minute, I saw her Jesus yesterday. Rick Gonzalez, who played Jesus in her Judas video, was at the Madison Square Garden for the Knicks game, because it was a bunch of celebrities there. First of all, shout out to Tracy Morgan, because he came back after, his little incident. And then we saw the Castle on Order there. So I'm looking on the side, and I was like, because when they showed Tracy, I said, wait a minute, is that Christopher Maloney? And damn sure it was. But I didn't even recognize Mariska was sitting next to him. And then right behind them, it was the other cast members from like Organized Crime and all this stuff. So yeah, Rick Fineself was there, and that's funny. I was like, I seen him, and then Gaga was doing Coachella. But anyway, so then another one said, Lady Gaga, you might have just taken that number one spot for best Coachella performance of all time. So yeah, I got a couple of the tweets up in here. And what else is everybody saying? Because everybody's up in here saying like it's the best one. I don't know. I would love to hear from y'all to see if that's what you guys think. Another person said Lady Gaga's Coachella set genuinely left me speechless. The creativity, the vocals, the storytelling, the visuals, insane. One of the greatest performances of her career, and that's saying a lot. And that, in my opinion, I feel is the best post or the best tweet. This is when she did Bad Romance. This was the end when she did that. And I also noticed how the one of the other male dancers that was in the Abracadabra music. I wonder if majority of the I wonder if I don't think all of them were, but I wonder if a lot of the dancers that was in the Abracadabra music video was actually in the Coachella set, and how many dancers is she actually going to have when she hits the road for the Mayhem Ball? Which, to be honest, I'm really looking forward, and I'm really excited to be able to work those shows when they come to New York. So yeah, so these are a couple of the tweets that I was just reading so that you guys can see those. I did love the fighting doppelganger, the chess queen dance battle. I did like the zombies, the crutch walk, which was a callback to the what was it, the paparazzi music video. So it was like there was a lot of callbacks to a lot of stuff that she did in the past, and that's why I said, like, you look at your past stuff and then you elevate it and bring it into 2025, and it's like it comes across as more mature, and there's a little more meat on the bone rather than back in the day it was probably like a little fluffy or whatever the case is. But it's like you see like the artistry and how much Gaga has grown, unlike Katy Perry. And I hate having to bring her up, but it's always like that contrast. It's like you look at somebody like Katy Perry should take a page out of Lady Gaga's handbook, which would be, it's like, yeah, you could look back on the sound and everything that made you famous, that got you all those big hits. But if you're gonna continue, if you're gonna go back to that sound, you got to find new ways to make that sound feel a lot richer and more exciting. And she wasn't able to do that. She half-assed it with that record, and she went back with Dr. Luke because she needed a hit. So, and it all backfired. So, um, to say all of that, I will say that Lady Gaga looks pretty excited to be there. She looked like she was having fun. I did love when she ran into the audience to sing Crash Into You, which in my opinion, I just live for the vocals on that. Like, I love singing along to that song. Like, I just love everything. I just feel like that's such it's a beautiful song. And then when she went in the audience, she started like hugging everybody. Well, not hugging, but just like high fiving. You know who also did that? I saw Benson Boone running through the damn Coachella arena or stadium area, whatever the hell you want to call it. And the security was trying to keep up with him. I'm like, that boy fast. With a little tight outfit on and them cheeks cheeking. But I will say, oh, and I want to point this out because I know a friend of mine who lives in Australia was wondering if she would be bringing the Mayhem Ball tour there. Well, apparently, look, you're in luck because she just announced that she will play Melbourne's Marvel Stadium on December 5th, Brisbane's Suncorp Stadium on December 9th, and Sydney's Accor Stadium on December 12th. So she's doing 3 dates in December and in Australia. So the last time she performed there was during the Art Rave Art Pop Ball Tour in 2014. So that was 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago. So she's heading down under. So all my Australian friends, y'all are in for a treat. So I say all this to say, because I definitely want to hear from you. Do you think that this was the best Coachella performance of all time? Like, I'm really trying to think of who I can't, no shade, but I honestly cannot think of anybody all the top of my head right now. Like, how many big stars have done Coachella? Coachella kind of is like out of sight, out of mind. So off the top, like if we was talking about Super Bowl, then that'd be a different story because I remember those. But as far as like Coachella, I was like, I don't remember. I don't know. Like Coachella is like day and night with me. But I definitely want to hear from y'all. Me personally, I said I loved Gaga's Coachella performance. I love Missy Elliott's Coachella performance. Benson Boone was cute, but he was giving me a little too much Freddie Mercury for my liking. It's like, boy, what? I need to know who is you and what part is you and what part is not Freddie Mercury, because you was doing a little too much Freddie Mercury cosplay while you was up there. The outfit was outfitting though, because I seen that bulge in them cheeks. I was staring. But that boy, I was like, I would like to get, you could break me off a piece of that. But other than that, I was not really feeling. I thought his performance was all right. But so far, the only 3, I will say 4, because that makes 3 that I mentioned. The 4 performances that I've seen from Coachella so far was, as I said, Gaga, Missy Elliott, Benson Boone, and then earlier I watched Prodigy. The Prodigy, when they was up there. Shout out to Keith Flint, may he rest in peace. But it was like back in my Raven days, it was all about Prodigy and Chemical Brothers and a lot of those type of artists. So yeah, I was like, I was getting my rave nostalgia on. So yes, I want to hear from y'all. If not this being the best Coachella performance, who do you think that she's up there with in regards of doing Coachella? Because you want to know something? Baychella still is like the top of Coachella performances, but I do feel like she and Gaga are very neck and neck in regards of who left the most impressive, iconic Coachella performance. So I want to hear from y'all. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below.